Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mediocre Reviews and Awesome Brews. I'm your host Tony. As you can see, I already have a beer poured here. I shot a review of it, and for some reason the microphone was picking up extremely faint background noise, so faint that I was barely able to hear it. But for some reason, the microphone picked it up, amplified it, and it was extremely distracting in the review. Anyways, this beer is Abita's 25th Anniversary Vanilla Doubledog. I was really excited about this beer because I've never had Abita before, heard some really good things about them. But anyways, this is basically an imperialized version of their Turbo Dog, which Rate Beer has it down as an English style brown ale. Okay, and then of course they imperialized it. They bumped the ABV up a little bit on it. It comes in around 7% ABV. I could not find the IBUs. Actually, they had, as far as the stats, they had no information about this beer, but the 7% ABV is on the bottle. And then they took that beer, they added whole vanilla beans to it. As you can see, it is a very dark brown. In the light, there is some red around the edges, and that kind of fades into a darker brown, into a very dark brown color. When I originally poured it, it had almost 2 fingers worth. I did an aggressive pour. It had almost 2 fingers worth of a nice, tight, light tan colored head. Go ahead and swirl it up. It's been out of the fridge. It's been about 10 minutes since I've done the last review, or the original review, I should say. So it's been out of the fridge for maybe 30 minutes total, and it's really, it should have really warmed up quite nicely in the glass. So it might actually score a little bit better than what I did originally. Originally I scored it a C+, but we'll see here. Swirl it up. Okay, I'm getting a really nice toffee character like I did before. Slight faint hints of cocoa, almost like a hot chocolate sort of a aroma. Getting a little bit, very very faint hints of vanilla, which concerns me because it says vanilla on the label. I mean it's the first thing basically. Well, 25th anniversary beer. Of course, then it says vanilla Doubledog. You would think you would get a big vanilla character in there. There is little hints of sort of a roasted hazelnut character in there. There's a little faint hint of a roasted, like really an indistinguishable roasted character. Not really chocolate, not really coffee in there. Let's go ahead and get a taste on it. See what we got, guys. Cheers. Okay, I'm getting virtually the same thing I was getting in the original review. A nice toffee character. There is a sort of an odd, almost like a buttery flavor to it, which mingles really well with the toffee. It's a butter toffee. No, it mingles really well with the toffee character. There's a faint hint of cocoa. There's virtually no vanilla on the palate. There is a little bit of a roasted hazelnut character in there. There's also slight hints of coffee. There is a little tiny bit of a roasted malt bitterness, as well as sort of an earthy hop character in there. with a little bit of hop bitterness. Nothing, it way in the background, way back of the palate. 7% ABV, no alcohol in the palate. Now that I'm talking about that, there is, I noticed it when I first cracked the bottle, and I am still getting it. It's a little more pronounced now, but it's not overpowering whatsoever. It's still a hint of an alcohol. You hear guys talk about an alcohol spiciness in the aroma. This is, for lack of a better way to describe it, it is a sort of an alcohol fruitiness, for lack of a better way to describe it. That's only on the aroma, not on the palate. Actually, it's finishing more when it was somewhat fresh out of the fridge, about 20 minutes or so out of the fridge. I was getting more of a roasted, sort of a hazelnut character on the back of the palate. Now it's more of a burnt hazelnut character. Little distracting, but not really off-putting. It's more of a what's that flavor sort of a character to it. But like I said, virtually no vanilla in the palate, virtually no vanilla in the aroma. You know what, guys? I think I'm going to stick with my original. Excuse me, my original grade on this. I'm going to give it a C plus. Not the greatest beer. Interesting take on an English style brown ale. I'll give it that. But I mean, it says vanilla on the label. It should have a pretty distinct vanilla character, I would think, at least. At least do something a little bit more than just hint at vanilla. Somewhere along the way, I mean, either big vanilla aroma or big vanilla flavor. Either way, I don't know, guys. C plus, definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Cheers. Thanks for watching.